setting up in their gym?
Just, you've got to enjoy it. Remember that this is, you know, for strongman, it is a tough sport, and it's got to be something that we're passionate about, which we are. We don't throw blocks about for fun, really. We're passionate about it. We love it. So I think my words of encouragement is enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey. Yes, we want to win. Yes, we want to be on stages like this. But this is a very small part of it. The competition is a tiny part of it. It is the journey leading up to this. And you have to enjoy it. And like, if you are training yourself, as I said, I do, maybe do have the odd occasion where you're training with other people and have fun with it. Don't take it so seriously. Enjoy it. Enjoy
That is the best thing you could say. And for myself, I've been competing now in my journey for about a decade. And the thing I have to consistently remind myself is don't get caught up in all of the other factors. Remember the core truth that if you're not having fun, what's the point?
Exactly. What is your why? Why are you doing this in the first place? Yes, we know we all want to win. But what is the true why to why you started Strongman in the first place?
The why.
The why.
All right, and we are getting set for our men's athletes now. 2 athletes take the stage for our men's under 80, I believe.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Under 80s. I'm excited.
Okay, Syed Shuber of Bahrain in lane number 1 and Khalid Abdo of Bahrain in lane number 2.
Here we go, the event I am most excited for, the under 80 men. Kicking off 2 athletes up there, and we're going to see what are the weights on this one. Let's have a look.
See, 245 pounds on the barbell, 161 pounds on the dumbbell, 282 pounds on the yoke. And I am not able to see the block from where I'm at currently, but we will get those shortly. But these are massive weights.
They are massive weights. Is this the under 80s? Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm just looking at the screen now. Yes, we are on the under 80s here. So yeah, we've got the barbell is 111 kilos. Obviously, I'm from Scotland, so we do it in kilos. That is big weights.
161 pounds. 30 seconds left. 73 kilograms.
These are big weights, and we spoke about this before. That percentage in implement weight compared to the athlete's body weight is huge.
15 seconds.
111 kilos on the barbell, it's 245 pounds. The monster dumbbell, 73 kilos, 161 pounds. The yoke being 128 kilos.
That's a big one. And mind you, these athletes all weighed in at under 80 kilos, and we're already speaking of implements in excess of that weight, and that dumbbell itself is close to 80 kilos.
I want to say as well quickly, the block is 101 kilos. That is 223 pounds.
Heat number 2 is taking the field. I see Richard Stout in his classic competition black and white striped shorts. He has been wearing them from the day I started competing almost 10 years ago. I wonder if it's the same pair.
Lucky shorts.
Lucky shorts indeed.
Lucky shorts.
It's all about the contest rituals and making sure you're in the right frame of mind to dominate.
I agree. If that gives you that edge, do it.
Omar Al-Kuheji of Bahrain in lane number 1. Nick Coffin, USA in lane 2, and Richard Stout, USA in lane 3.
And we are off. Oh, did he get it? He
got
did.
It.
He
got
did.
it. A lot of shoulder and triceps power he exhibited there.
Nice stable yoke there. Slight movement from it. Ooh. That is some heavy weights on that yoke. 128 kilos, 282 pounds.
15 seconds left.
That's just incredible, that yoke. 128 kilos. A whole 50 kilos more than their body weight.
It's insane.
That's
Absolutely
big.
insane.
So although these athletes can move very fast, it's that weight factor. If we do see those record finishes, even just a finish in general, all the way down to that block, which is 223 pounds, 101 kilos, my jaw will drop.
We have a drop to lane 4 will be our next 3 athletes in line of the United States will be Richard Panganiban.
Here we go.
In heat number 3, Richard Panganiban of USA in lane 1, Anthony Martin of Australia in lane number 2, and Benjamin Donin of France in lane 3. We will have an empty lane 4 on this heat.
You see here, as I said earlier, Ben Donin is one to watch in the competition. So I'm sure we're going to see some amazing pressing here.
2, 1, take names.
As an homage to the Frenchman, he was a true tour de force to watch.
He is incredible. And our referees are ready. The whistle has been blown. Off we go.
Look at Richard.
Wow, we've got Richard as well.
All
Absolutely
three.
incredible. All three onto the monster dumbbell. This is fast. Richard moving onto the yoke already. Can he take his time and get this? Don't rush it. Wow! Woo! He got it. That was beautiful. And he stumbles on the block there. Just take your time in picking that up. It's tough. Once you get it on that chest, you need to then change your hand position, which is really quite awkward. You see, he changed his hand as he was cleaning it there, which seemed to be more effective. So I hope that other guys are watching that clean.
But that is big points for Panganiban.
Wow.
What an impressive heat to watch, where you have two past champions
Yes.
going head to head. But if we can use that as a litmus test for if there will be a finish on the block in the rest of this class, I don't know. With two champions there, not able to do it. Okay, heat number 4. Patrick Harris in lane number 1 of Wales. In lane number 2, William Murray of Canada. In lane number 3, Tyson DeLay of Canada. And in lane number 4, Finlay Mercer of Scotland.
Another great lineup here. I personally know Finlay Mercer here. A very excited athlete. He really needs to, again, that word, compose himself on this event.
We saw Richard Panganiban was one of those gamblers. He moved very fast, made it work for himself on the yoke, but also did have to bail that yoke behind him, which was a very risky move.
Very risky. He did extremely well. Gutted he didn't manage to get that block, but so far he is doing amazing.
So rhythmic from Finlay on lane 4.
He is an amazing athlete. If he can channel this properly and not rush it too much going into the yoke, he's going to do extremely well. Oh no, take your time. Struggling there with that dumbbell.
William Murray happy he gets that dumbbell.
Again, this yoke is throwing our athletes. William and Tyson struggling on this yoke. Finlay Mercer just not able to get that monster dumbbell, unfortunately.
I couldn't help but notice that every time he went for that leg dip, his elbow collapsed a little bit.
Yep.
The upper back having to withstand the sheer mass of that weight. It's a massive demand of
It is huge. And
lats integrity, I would say.
It is, yes, and that comes to that back strength again. You know, once that elbow dips, it is very, very hard to power through that.
Heat number 5 will take the stage. Mason Cup of USA in lane 1, Joe Kennedy of England in lane 2, Hans-Jorgen Wolfs of Norway in lane 3, and Anthony Valencia of USA in lane number 4.
Does anyone stand out here for you?
Well, let's see. Mason Cup is a fellow American, but they do make them pretty strong in Norway.
They sure do.
Land of mountains and glaciers and lots of stones to lift. We'll see.
Can we see, obviously, as you said, we've seen some of the best not managing to, you know, get past the yoke or press the block. So can we see a dark horse come out here?
We might. I love the unpredictable nature of this weight class.
Me too.
Three implemented in 22.34. Richard Pimenez has the time to beat.
Whistle has been blown. We are off. Beautiful. Got all four athletes moving on to the monster dumbbell now. Joshua, a lovely power jerk underneath that monster dumbbell. Nice stable yoke. Oh, just didn't quite get it.
Cup and Kennedy now.
Oh, and he's tried the split jerk as well. Just not working in his favor. That just take a small break.
Wow, lane 3 got so close to hitting that lockout.
Oh,
Big points
did
for
it.
lane 2.
oh, and did Joshua get that? He just stabilized on the whistle.
I don't know. I will see his judge. Terry Hollins in that lane will go and verify, but big points for lane 2.
That was
So far, no one
amazing.
has gotten that block, but Richard Panganaban is the leader.
He is.
It might not have been a fast enough time to beat Richard, but it does make him the second man to get that yoke.
In lane number 2, the United States.
Heat 6, Jonas Bertschinger of Switzerland in lane 1, Joshua Hendrickson of USA in lane 2, Steve Coyne of USA in lane 3, and Dean McVie of Scotland in lane 4.
Here we go. Like I said, super excited to see Dean. I really hope we see him get to the end, get to that block. And he is switched on.
Look at that face.
He is ready.
You do not want to cross that man.
No, he's got a new haircut. He's got a new mustache. He's ready. Another one that is very good with that switch. He was just laughing and joking at the side there with his fellow athletes, but he has got that switch on now. He is ready for this event.
His cameraman on him needs to be careful not to get too much in his way.
Exactly.
That is a raging bull about to be let out.
Save yourself, Joe. Move back. Move back.
But we have seen some pretty great action shots out of Dean in the past.
Apologies, we have.
This is heat number 6.
This is not the names that we have here on the bottom of the screen. Gabe, can you tell us the correct names?
Yes, we've got Jonas Bertsinger of Switzerland, lane 1, lane 2, Joshua Hendrickson of USA, Stephen Coyne in lane 3 of USA, and Dean McVie of Scotland in lane number 4.
Athletes ready. And we're off.
Here we go.
Beautiful
Look at
from
Dean in lane 4.
Jonas and
Every
Anthony.
athlete gets the barbell.
Wow. Dean McVie on to the yoke.
This is the one.
Come on. Oh. Okay, he knows. He knows that this is different.
Wow.
Come on, Ed.
He
You see the
has
excitement there.
30 seconds to get this block. He needs composure like we've talked about. and he's taking it.
He is.
The breaths.
He's asking for the time there, so he knows that he can take his time and really
20 seconds.
make sure that he can get this. Gabe, I'm stressed.
He's going to give it everything. Wrapping under it, a nice rack.
Oh,
So close. So close. But that was fast, and I believe he is our new leader.
that was
Just
incredible.
inching out Panganiban's time.
And you see that switch as I spoke about. He's smiling. The switch has been switched off now. You could hear there, he was happy with that. He went into that yoke, you could see straight away, he was like a bit thrown off, took a breath, and got it.
It was that facial expression I was going to bring up, is when he did pick it up and he kind of
Whoa.
checked himself a little bit. You saw that look on his face, okay, I need to regain my composure, reallocate my power, and he did. He nailed it. And furthermore, when he got to that block, he stopped, he breathed, he got himself set, and he did give it everything.
He did. But that is a heavy block, 101 kilos. I mean, that is crazy weights above their body.
Heat 7, we have Tony McNavish of USA in lane 1, Kyle Scott of Northern Ireland in lane 2, Sonny Nash of England in lane 3, and Santeri Kankepa of Finland in lane number 4.
My heart rate's still going.
Yeah, a personal friend of mine, Tony McNavish of USA, is someone I've had the joy of knowing over the years. He lives in Texas just as I do. He's competed at some of my shows in the past. He is one of those athletes, though, that tends to go a little bit berserk when he takes to the stage. And this is, we have seen continuously over the course of this event, you have to be precise. We've said it over and over again. Composure is the word. I'm wondering if he can keep his wits about him and not get too crazy and erratic with his strength, because he is strong.
We've also got Kyle Scott here, who I know quite well, and he is a phenomenal athlete. I mean, he is very, very quick. Kyle Scott, lane 2, already on the monster dumbbell with his power jerk, which is very, very good. His explosive power is amazing.
Lanes 1 through 3, all advance to the yoke.
Got to compose ourselves here. This. He's okay, he's back up.
20 seconds, Sonny.
See again that this yoke is throwing people off.
Wow. Every one of those 3 men giving it their all. Every one of those 4 men, even though lane 4 did not make it to the yoke. I'm thinking throughout the course of the day, Nicola, have we seen any successful split jerks on this yoke?
Did we see Chloe Brett? No, we didn't see Chloe Brett get that. No, I don't think.
We've seen many attempts.
Yeah, I think that the power jerk, it seems to be working well if you've got that stability at the top. But I think the most successful ones have been obviously the strict press, which has just come to brute strength.
Heat number 8 in lane 1 should be Ross Monterey's of USA. Lane number 2 should be Robert Youngerman of USA. Lane 3, Jason Titelbaum, USA. And lane 4, Alec Patron of USA.
This is all USA lineup on this heat.
I believe those names
It
are
is.
correct, but it should be a all-American lineup right here.
I think when it comes to that yoke, as we were saying, it is all about that stability. So if you can do it, you know, slower, that strict press, that push press seems to be more effective than that explosive movements on that. And we are off. Beautiful. All 4 athletes onto the monster dumbbell.
Wow.
That was an interesting clean.
Ross in
Wow.
lane 1 looks so fast, speedy. Manarez in lane 1 got so close to that lockout. But every time these athletes have to repick, it's just energy lost.
You see, as soon as they dip, again, as you said, those elbows are dipping because of that swing that we're getting, that pendulum effect, and you're losing your brace, and it's very hard to come back from that.
That yoke really is big points.
It really is. That is really taking out a lot of big competitors here.
One thing that I very much respect is the athletes are so well practiced in the clean and press that as they're on that barbell and the dumbbell, it looks so rhythmic in the sense that they get it to one stage, they catch, and they kind of use that dip down on the catch as the next jump up for the next phase of the lift. And that's kind of it makes me really appreciate the practice nature of this athlete, someone who's really spent that time perfecting their motion. But when it comes to a wild card like this anchor yoke, that's not something that anyone has the luxury of being well practiced at because it's new.
Exactly, and we have clearly seen here, if you've been following these athletes, then a normal standard yoke is not going to prepare you for this yoke.
Heat number 9, Carl Sherry of Australia in lane 1, Bradley James of Wales in lane 2, Mads Evan Bjorheim of Norway in lane 3, and Josh Vasicek. I'll get that one right throughout the day, of Australia in lane number 4. Josh Vasicek. There we go.
Well done. Our next heats in the under 82 kilo men's category. There's some beautiful pressing there. Lane 2, lane 1 and lane 4. Josh from Australia there, moving on a beautiful monster dumbbell press. Now we've got Carl in lane 1 also. Oh, that was close.
Close, but a little far forward.
Yes, I agree. That was just a little bit closer to you, and that will go up. There we go.
Wow. Carl Sherry.
That was much better. Much better. And he's moving on to the block. Are we going to see it? We've got 20 seconds on the clock. There is time.
223 pounds, 101 kilos.
Come on. Beautiful clean here by Josh. That was beautiful. Come on. Oh, no!
He might have gotten that. It's that moment of frustration we were just talking about, where that last attempt, they kind of have that feeling, everything's set, but this is a timed event. What impressed me most about this run is we had 2 athletes make it to that block.
That was incredible. Oh.
I know.
I'm gutted.
I know. Me too. I'm sure he's got feelings as well, but
I can imagine you guys feeling the same at home, but we're front row. It's very stressful.
Okay, our final heat of the under 80 kilo class. In lane 1, Chris Harper of Scotland. In lane 2, Dylan Thompson, USA. Lane 3, Josh Kowalski of USA. And in lane number 4, Quinn Ramasco, USA.
I'd just like to point out that Chris Harper is a record holder in log. So, phenomenal presser.
There is no log here, but each of these events exhibits that shoulder power, it exhibits that ability to lean back and catch that block in a rack position.
I'm pretty sure he has a record for the dumbbell as well. Don't quote me on that. I know he has for log. So I know overall he is a great presser.
So we have an overhead press maverick on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, he's fantastic.
Quinn Ramasco is a consistent high placer at every competition I've watched him at as well, and he's in lane number 4. Quinn is always one of those guys that looks so calm and doesn't really get too amped up, so focused, but he operates and he executes.
Yeah, he does look very calm. He's ready. It's interesting to see the different personalities there with the aggression. Wow, just say
Chris Harper moves so fast, it was almost like a snatch.
Look at that dumbbell. I told you. Chris Harper
But this
is
is
one
the
to watch.
one.
Oh, don't rush it. Again, underestimated that. Oh.
Lane 3, Josh Kowalski. Chris Harper gets the down command.
He got a good
Quinn
down command.
Ramasco. We have 3 men on the block.
This block is throwing these guys off. How much time have we got?
Quinn is gassed. He felt the weight.
Oh!
Chris
oh,
Harper!
Oh,
Yes!
yes! We've seen it! We
Chris
did it.
Harper, our Scotsman.
What'd I tell you?
You called it.
Oh! Oh no!
Josh, so
Gosh,
close.
that was so close.
Incredible.
I mean, we'll have to, take our hats off to Josh there. That was so close, but Chris Harper. Wow.
It's
into the men's under 80s, which we've seen the amazing Chris Harper from Scotland. Yes, from Scotland. 4 reps in 50.71 seconds, which was amazing. He was the only under 80 man to complete all 4 reps. We've got Dean McVeigh there, also from Scotland, 3 reps, 25.03 seconds. Then we jump down to Dylan Thompson, and he 2 reps at 13.78 seconds, followed behind him closely Kyle Scott, 2 reps, 14.55 seconds. We've got Ben Donnan there, 2 reps, 16.97 seconds, and just behind him, Sonny Nash, 2 reps, 17.41 seconds. Down in 20th place, we've got Tyson Delated, 2 reps, 20.63 seconds. And taking it all the way down to 30th place, we've got Stephen Coyne, 1 rep, 9.94 seconds. A lot of the guys there getting 1 rep within, 3 seconds of each other.
But even just that 1 rep between 25th place and 30th place, that is 5 points of difference between the few of them.
Yeah.
So that's big.
And then we're finishing off here with,
All right.
here we go.
We have Syed Schuber of Bahrain in lane 1. We have Patrick Harris of Wales in lane 2. Santeri Kankapa of Finland in lane number 3. And Mads Evan Bjorheim of Norway in lane 4.
Wow. Patrick is away from Wales, jumping out of that frame.
There we
Sprinting
go.
back for those.
Leave it to the lighter athletes to be jumping out of that thing.
Oh yeah, with those pink shorts, I love him. Struggling to get moving there with those stones. I think once he gets his momentum.
30 seconds remaining.
A little bit more here.
Syed Schuber from Bahrain, looking to finish this frame.
Patrick Harris is all grit moving down that course. Syed Schuber finishes his frame.
Wow, and lane number 4, Matt in lane number 4 was struggling with that frame, but now he's just completed it. Telling him to go for it.
Wow. These guys were relentless. They did not stop.
That was incredible because Matt in lane number 4 couldn't even get that really moving that frame and then managed to complete it.
Even with our athletes being the lightest class and the weights increasing, we saw a bit more success on the frames. Not so many stuck on the starting line.
Yeah, good to see that. Good start to the under 80 kilo men's category. Fantastic.
And heat number 2. In lane 1, we have Omar Al-Kuheji of Bahrain. In lane number 2, we have Khalid Abdo, also of Bahrain. Lane 3, Stephen Coyne, USA. And lane number 4, Hans-Jorgen Wolfs of Norway.
So as always, making sure that our equipment is set back properly so it is fair for all the athletes.
Our next 3 athletes in lane number 1 from Bahrain is Omar Al-Kuheji.
is off. Stephen Coyne, USA, looking smooth. Stephen Coyne, an unbreakable grip. Hans-Jorgen Wolfs finishes the frame as well.
And Stephen Coyne has got a good bit of momentum. Oh, it just stumbles there. Has good momentum going there. If he can pick that up again, he's going to get to the end.
An opportunity for Hans.
Hans is moving very well here.
Wow, Stephen Coyne.
Needs to get that last one over. Wow, incredible.
Both men just right there.
Just
within inches of that finish line, battling it out.
Jumped over the line there.
We have a finisher on the course, and he is your new leader with a time of 52.87 seconds from the United States, Stephen Coyne.
Who is in our next heat moving forward? We are on heat number 3, am I right in
Heat
saying?
number 3. In lane 1 will be Robert Youngerman of USA. In lane number 2, Bradley James of Wales. In lane number 3, Anthony Valencia, USA. And lane number 4, Finlay Mercer of Scotland. Stephen Coyne, our current event leader, with a time of 52 seconds, I believe.
As I said in this first event, Finlay Mercer can be a bit excitable when he starts the event, but this is an event where you maybe could do that, especially with this frame carriage. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get from Finlay today.
Well, he'll be there in lane number 4.
He is ready. I can see it. I can see it. Wow. Bradley James is away, just getting that over, jumping out of the frame there, getting back to the stones.
Right there, Bradley, his frame was so tilted, but just barely missing the ground.
And we can see all 4 athletes have completed the frame onto the stones. You see Finlay catching up now as well as Anthony. Is Finlay going to make it first? Can he get over that line?
Bradley
No,
James.
it's Bradley James. But Finlay just not far behind him.
Robert Youngerman so close to the finish line right here. Robert
And he
makes
did it. Just get that last one over. Oh,
Wow.
no.
Might have just fallen short, but we got so close to all 4 athletes finishing right there. With our 2 first finishers right there. We had Finlay and we had Bradley.
Yep.
The second those stones start getting in front or behind their legs, it turns into a totally different beast.
Yep.
Complete the course in a time of 44.38 seconds from Wales. It's Bradley James.
44.38 seconds, our new event leader, Bradley James.
Incredible.
Our next 4 athletes we'll take to the arena floor. William Murray in lane 1 from Canada. Nick Coffin of USA in lane 2. Jason Tadelbaum, USA in lane 3. And Alec Patron, USA in lane number 4.
team again working hard to get everything back into place nice and quickly so that we can move on with the competition. And with our event, Sticks and Stones carry for the under 80 kilo men.
Here is our next one. Number 1 from Canada, it's William Murray. Number 2 from the USA, Nick Kaufman. Number 3 from the United States, Jason Talon. And from American, number 4, Alex Mitchell.
590 pounds in the frame, 240 pounds and 200 pounds respectively on the stones.
And we are off. Wow. Alec lane number 4. And Jason lane number 3.
Both men so fast to their stones, just ready to move. But these stones for speed are a very different beast. Alec Patron closing in on the finish.
Taking his time, slow and steady, really paying off here. Little stumble there, if he gets back up, gets that momentum back, he can get across that line.
William Murray inching closer in lane 1. And Alec Patron finishes the course.
A nice somersault there from Jason Hill, lane number 3.
William Murray got very close. Very close. Big points on that measurement.
Incredible.
These frames are moving. They're moving. They're not staying glued to the ground anymore.
The stones are no longer lonely. They are not cold. They are getting moved about.
Good for them. They found some friends.
They love it. But we are only halfway through our under 8 kilo men.
Heat number 5 will begin with Tyson DeLay of Canada in lane 1, Tony McNavish, USA in lane 2, Jonas Bertzinger of Switzerland in lane 3, and Anthony Martin of Australia in lane number 4. Tony McNavish there in lane 2. Fellow Texan, someone who I'd like to refer to as the Tasmanian Devil, just because he moves so fast and ballistic sometimes. I think this is an event well suited to him, as long as he doesn't get clumsy on the stones. But we'll see. These other guys are very strong. And we're just going to see some good side profile views of all of those frames and rocks moving down the course.
Yeah, I agree. With Canada, USA, Switzerland, and Australia.
Many flags in this heat.
Many flags.
Jonas looking level and smooth.
Just a slight slip there. Just get it over that line and then.
Jonas Bertzinger, Switzerland.
We've got Anthony in lane number 4 onto the stones as well now. Got a good pace here, Jonas and Anthony.
Oh, just before the finish line. And Jonas gets it.
And he gets it.
Good for Anthony. Both Tony and Tyson will get a measurement on their frames, but lanes 3 and 4 finish the medley.
Put up in lane number 3 by Switzerland, Bertzinger, with a time of 42.12 seconds. 4 heats remain.
Okay.
We have 4 heats left. Heat number 6. In lane 1, Joshua Henriksen of USA. In lane number 2, Ross Menarez, USA. Lane number 3, Richard Stout, USA. And finishing an All-American heat, Mason Cup in lane number 4, USA.
Where, did you see him around here? Or should I just call? No, call. Call. Okay.
Sitting up to our next round of 4, it's Josh Cross, Richard Stout from the USA.
Go, Ricky! Go, Josh!
And we are off. Pretty good start for all 4 men there. Ross in lane 2 is phenomenally fast. That is incredible. But Richard and Mason not far behind them. Joshua just about to complete that run with the frame as well. All 4 men have completed the first part of this event.
Richard Stout seizing the opportunity, inching closer to Ross. Ross Menarez and Richard Stout
And he is
separated by
very
a
happy.
second, if not fractions of one. All 4 men complete the sticks and stone carry.
Yes, that's what we want to see. Very good.
Ross was so fast.
So fast. That was incredible.
We have a new lead, finishing the course in a time of 35.63 seconds. It's USA's Ross Menarez.
35.63 seconds for our new leader, Ross Menarez of the USA.
Wow.
But we still have 3 heats to go.
3 heats to go.
Heat number 7 in lane 1 will be Sonny Nash of England, Benjamin Donnan of France in lane 2, Kyle Scott of Northern Ireland in lane 3, and Dylan Thompson of USA, lane number 4.
This is going to be a good one.
As this field gets set, say hello to our next 4 athletes. This is number 7 in lane number 1. It's England, Sonny Nash. In lane number 2, it's France's Benjamin Donnan. In lane number 3, it's Northern Ireland's Kyle Scott. And in lane number 4, it's USA's Dylan Thompson.
We are set. And we are off. Kyle Scott in lane 3. Wow! I mean, I had no surprises here. Kyle is very fast.
Did you see that
events.
jump out of the frame from Kyle?
Incredible.
Short and choppy steps. He's doing a pretty decent job of keeping them alongside his shins.
This is incredible from Kyle Scott, but Ben Donnan not far behind him.
Ben perhaps a bit angry and dropping the frame, and Dylan Thompson.
Oh, Dylan Thompson! Oh
Dylan
my
Thompson,
God! Wow.
USA, seizes the opportunity.
Come on, big points, come on.
Come on, we want to see Sonny Nash complete this as well. We want another 4 men completing this.
Come on, Sonny, 10 seconds.
Sonny is moving well,
Come on.
getting close.
Come on, Sonny, you can finish this. Whistle has been blown, but still great effort there.
Went all the way
Really,
to the
really
end.
good.
Wow, Dylan Thompson just seizing that opportunity. It's not over till it's over. You can be as fast as you want on that frame, but it means nothing without those stones clearing the course.
I agree.
Dylan Thompson, our new leader.
Wow.
32 seconds and some change. We have 2 heats left. Heat number 8, in lane 1, Joe Kennedy of England. Lane 2, Josh Vasicek of Australia. In lane number 3, Carl Sherry of Australia. And in lane number 4, Quinn Romasco, USA.
Two heats remaining for 80kg men. Right now, let's introduce him in lane number 1 from England, Joe Kennedy. And lane number 2 from Australia, Josh Vasicek. In lane number 3 from Australia, Carl Sherry. And in lane number 4, Quinn Romasco.
Quinn Romasco in lane 4. Again, always looks so cool and collected and calm. Because he's such a strong competitor.
And the whistle has gone, and lane 3, Carl is off. Look at the speed.
I wanted to say he was a gambler, but he just made it across, and Quinn right behind him.
That was incredible speed there.
Only 12 seconds to take it off the clock.
And moving well with those stones. If he can keep up this momentum, this is going to be a fast time. But can he make it to the end without a drop? He's almost there. Oh, a little stumble.
Carl
And
Sherry,
he did it.
Australia, closely followed by Quinn Romasco, USA. We might have a new leader.
I think we do. That was very fast.
Australian power right there.
That was incredible. Incredible.
Jinx.
Well, I have to talk.
I mean, can we think of another word? No, I mean, that's the perfect word to describe what we just saw. Just sheer power and speed. But Carl Sherry, as soon as he started moving, I'm like, okay, this guy is moving too fast. He's going to drop it, he's going to teeter, and he's going to have to repick, and it's going to be costly. But no.
Nope.
He got it all the way across.
It was
just
amazing.
Fast.
New leader.
Our new leader, 29.4 seconds.
Wow.
Carl Sherry crosses the sub 30-second threshold.
Sub 30, he did it.
But our big heat, the highest placing athletes at the moment. Heat number 9 in lane 1 will be Dean McVie of Scotland. In lane number 2, Richard Panganaban of USA. In lane number 3, Josh Kowalewski, USA. And in lane number 4, Chris Harper of Scotland.
And he is wearing our leader's shirt, our gold leader shirt, Chris Harper, with that amazing finish on the overhead medley. Absolutely incredible from Chris.
Scotland versus USA here on this final heat of the men's 80-kilo class.
That's like us.
There we go.
And we've got Dean McVie in front of us. We better watch out.
Oh, he looks scary on that first event. And now we get the pleasure of being right in front of him.
I know, this is amazing. He's ready.
And in lane number 4, your current leader is Scotland's Chris Harper.
I'm excited for this one. I'm excited.
Me too. This is going to be a big one. Yeah, this is an edge of the seat moment here.
Yeah, I'm leaning forward for this. This guy's in my way. Wow.
Josh Kowalewski,
Wow.
the first to clear the course.
Chris Harper just not far behind.
Kowalewski accelerating with a small choppy stance.
Chris Harper catching up on him though.
Chris,
Oh, little stumble there for.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
Josh Kowalewski and Chris Harper in
Yes.
close second. Panganaban and McVie. Here comes McVie, seizing the
McVie's
opportunity.
going to take that third place in this
Dean
heat.
McVie in
He
third.
did it. Wow. I knew that was going to be edge of a seat. And Richard finishes it as well. Incredible. Incredible from our athletes here. That was amazing.
Will we have a new leader? That was nuts.
Chris Harper.
The 2.5-second rule applies.
That is amazing.
You're 3 seconds almost, but your winner of the event, a time of 26.57 seconds, representing the USA, Josh Kowalewski.
Josh Korlewski, our event leader, with a time of 26 seconds. I believe 26.25 is what I heard.
Yep. Wow.
Shredding that sub 30-second mark.
That was incredible. Another great performance from our under 80 kilo men there.
Phenomenal. And here we go in first place. There you have it, 26.17 seconds from Josh. Second place, 27.84 from Chris Harper. 29.46. 3 men surpassing that 30-second threshold. With Quinn Ramasco, 31.9 seconds in fourth place. Dylan Thompson, 32.5 seconds in fifth. Kyle Scott, 34.13 in sixth. Benjamin Donnan, 34.9. Ross Manarace, 35. Dean McVie, 36. And Richard Stout, 36.8. Just insane, insanely fast. Jonas Bergsinger, 42 in 11th place. Richard Pangaman, also 42 with a 10th of a second more. So all of these athletes from 11th through 20th managed to finish the entire medley and are getting some big, big points.
Absolute Tasmanian devil, but it's interesting to see them all strapping for this bar, to be honest, but maybe they're playing tactics here to try and get through. Just nice, slow, steady, not tax the grip, because after the frame yesterday and the Dinny stones, they're obviously going to be, that grip's going to be stinging.
And you got to wonder which one of these athletes are missing chunks of their hands for this event.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to see a lot of tape on hands. Hopefully not a lot of blood, though. That's a good pull from Tony.
A big roar filling the arena. Khalid Abdo of Bahrain moves on to the fourth bar, 675 pounds. That's 7 full plates on each side.
These kabuki bars give a lot as well. They've got some whip in them. It's almost about handling that whip sometimes as well for these guys.
I think Tony met his performance end right there. Khalid about to leave everything here.
What's interesting about this ladder is that third bar is the weight that their final bar was in 2019. So,
just amazing to see the standard of strength continuously pushed over the years.
Exactly. Only 4 years, and you've got almost, what's that final bar? 320 kilos. So
322 kilos, and these men had to weigh in under 80 kilos. That's
a thing
4 times body weight.
And it's a thing people don't realize, like how these guys have had to cut and how much they've had to drain out of themselves, and then bring their bodies back to being able to perform at this level.
You have some experience with that. What is a weight cut like prior to a contest, and then having to demand that performance?
Oh, it's absolutely horrible. So but the refeed's the most important thing. We always say in the 80 kilo category, the weigh-in is the first event. So we do a 7-event check. Because the weigh-in's the first event.
All right. In lane 1, Santeri Kankapa of Finland, Omar Alkuhi of Bahrain in lane 2, and Joe Kennedy of England lane 3, Mads Evan Bjorheim of Norway.
Joe's already onto that third bar. He's gone the first 2 strapless, which is a good tactic. You see he's got the tape on his hand as well from that frame yesterday. So come on, Joe. Let's go, Joe! Using the hitch. Yeah, got the hitch through. Good pull.
So effective at tuning out that pain if he's indeed missing some skin on his hands.
For sure. I think he's using good tactic here. Just take his time. Take his time and get into that fourth bar. Okay. Let's go. Oh, no, he's obviously thought that's enough.
Well, Dan, that's one of the things we saw is on that event yesterday, the athletes stayed out there on the frame till the very last second. But deadlift is a unique event where you kind of know whether or not you're going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that amount, once you hit that wall, there's no getting through it. Especially with this rising bar format as well. If it was the same weight and they were trying to rep out, maybe you could grind another rep out. But with this rising bar format, where the next lift is heavier, you know where you've hit your wall, and it's just time to conserve energy.
Heat number 3, Syed Shuber of Bahrain in lane 1, Josh Vasisek of Australia in lane 2, Sonny Nash of England in lane 3, and Patrick Harris of Wales in lane number 4.
You could really see something from Sonny Nash here. I know he's pulled the weight of the final bar. I know he has pulled that in training.
So we have a quadruple bodyweight puller there in lane 3?
We do.
All right, so we have it from the Flash himself.
We could see something right here. So this could be good.
545 pounds.
2 really fast pulls there for the first 2 guys. He's just making sure.
Syed was fast in that first one, but getting close to that edge of his performance capacity. Sonny
He's gonna
Nash.
strap in right now, yeah. He's going for that third bar. Let's go, Sonny. There he goes. He's that hitch. Let's go. He's really grinding that out. Oh my God.
Terry Hollins is not giving it to him yet.
Oh man. He's in there's the downside of the figure 8 straps as well.
Yeah.
You are in that bar. We've got Paddy Harris from Wales, taking his time. Ooh. That's a big surprise there from Sonny.
That's got to be so crushing to have to hold that there for so long. Yeah. But you got veteran to World's Strongest Man, the legend Terry Hollins, not giving any easy down calls there. He needs to see established control.
For sure. And had he made that third bar, then I don't think there was a chance, again, what we were saying before, of him hitting that fourth, because he put all into that.
It's one thing to have the supreme top-end power to get that final bar, but what unique challenge is it to have them in a rising sequence like this?
Yeah, it's fatiguing. It's just, you never train for that fatigue. You never go rising bar. It's always rep. So yeah, you can rep maybe 600 pounds, but then you get stuck on 585 because you're not used to just going up. Your body's not used to that.
An increasing pain threshold, coordination.
Exactly.
It's tough. William Murray in lane 1 of Canada, Anthony Valencia of USA lane 2, Jason Titelbaum USA lane 3, and Robert Youngerman USA lane 4.
Most of these guys choosing to go strapless on the first bar. I don't know if that's a good technique or not to then try and strap after it, because your body, it's a different pull without straps. If you're a fast step, if you can apply the straps nice and fast, maybe that's the best way to go. Strap every single bar.
It definitely will show us who is the most well practiced.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, here we go.
USA versus USA in lanes 2 and 3.
I think Jason can get this. Yeah, there he goes.
Here we're going to see it in lane 3. Can he obliterate this long bar? 710 pounds.
Have you ever pulled on this bar game?
I have pulled on some flexi bars, and it is a completely different lift.
Oh, yeah. So you have to stick with this pull, because you're going to flex that bar and nothing's going to come with you. And then as soon as that weight hits, most people just go, hell no. Just but if you commit to that pull, it can make it quite an easy pull, I think, sometimes.
Exactly, and we were just talking about it with Nicola. There is 2 moments where you're hit by force. It's one, pulling the slack out of the bar, and the second that typically breaks the athlete is the moment when the plates actually leave the ground. 2 very different moments. All right. We have Heat 5 taking the arena floor. Hans Jorgen Rolfs of Norway in lane 1, Alec Patron of USA in lane 2, Stephen Coyne, USA in lane 3, and Joshua Hendrickson, USA lane 4.
So now we're getting in towards the guys who did really well in the sticks and stones carry, so we'll see how fatigued they are from that. Oh yeah, 2 really fast pulls there. No straps.
Of himself
there. Yeah. So we're operating at over 300 kilos for this 4th bar. That's, we're nearly in quadruple bodyweight pulls for the 4th bar. Okay.
Stephen
Coyne.
Let's
go. Hitch. Yeah.
Beautiful
there
hitch.
we go.
Well executed, well practiced.
That's going to give him the lead.
With 10 seconds left, it is not enough time for that final bar, and he knows it. But that is big points getting that 675, 306 kilo bar, massive weight. And we move on to heat number 6, Anthony Martin of Australia in lane 1, Mathan Cup of USA in lane 2, Finlay Mercer of Scotland in lane 3, and Bradley James of Wales in lane 4.
Again, we've got Finlay, who is, again, the Tasmanian devil we described Tony as. He is a crazy guy. At Europe's Strongest Man, there's a great meme video of him going around. He just ran up and kicked a sandbag in the medley. No one knows why. He's just a crazy dude. And you got Mason Cup, who's a former top 10 at OSG, so he's in the 80
Mason Cup is looking pretty raw there. I don't see any straps. He might have a belt underneath, but he looks about as bare as you can be.
That's confidence right there. Let's see if it pays off. Yeah, there's some fast pulls.
Wow.
Now we're getting into it. Mason paying off. Some good speed here from Mason and Finley.
Mason looking like a smooth operator in lane 2.
Finley pulling that third nice and quick.
25 seconds ticked off the clock.
Finley really taking his time, just making sure he gets that fourth. He's taking a shot of his salts. He's really wanting this now. He's got to make it though. He's got to go with. He's gonna run out of time. Oh, here he goes. He's pulling for the points here. Oh, there he goes.
Finley Mercer,
What a
beautiful.
pull. I think that's a really well executed event there. Maybe he thought, you know what, I've not quite got the 5th bar, but I'm going to make sure I get the 4th, and I'll take some good points there.
Yes, make it count and just put on a clinic right there. This is a big heat. Richard Panganaban, former champion lane 1. Jonas Bersinger of Switzerland lane 2. Richard Stout, USA lane 3. And Dean McVie, Scotland lane 4.
Dean is on probably the hottest year of an under 80 kilo compare ever. He's won Britain's Strongest Man, Europe's Strongest Man, the Arnold Europes, the Arnold Brits. You know, this is the one he needs to tick off. So he's going to look to really drag some points back. You've got Richie Stout, a former Arnold champion. You know, this heat is stacked, and obviously you already mentioned Ricky Pangambian, who was the world champion in 21. So
Dean McVie is so good at turning that switch on and just looks like an absolute beast when he's going.
Absolutely. He had some harsh calls on his deadlifts in 21 as well, so I know he really wants to put a show on here. He's neck and neck with Ricky here. But Ricky's just raw dogged that. So is Dean. Oh my God. Look at the speed.
These final 2 bars will dictate the winner. Easy for
there's Ricky.
Panganaban.
Has he got that mammoth bar? Just needs to be calm off the floor here. Pull through, pull through, pull through.
Richard Panganaban.
There he goes. Under 30 seconds as well.
710 kilos, 710 pounds, 322 kilos. Here's
Has
Dean
Dean got this
McVie.
mammoth? Let's go, Dean. This would be huge points for Dean if he can get this. I know this is over his max as well, so this would be a huge pull. He took the flex. But I think Dean
easy did Panganaban make it look?
Unbelievable, especially as we spoke about. He took that first bit of slack, and then when the weight came in, he continued to pull, and then it just flew. So he has just put a marker down there for the guy coming up next. I know.
Quadruple bodyweight territory, incredible. In lane 1, Ross Manarez, USA. In lane 2, Benjamin Donnan of France. Lane 3, Kyle Scott, Northern Ireland. And lane number 4, Dylan Thompson, USA.
So the guy to watch on this is Benjamin Donnan, the current world's strongest man under 80 kilos. He has pulled 380 kilo deadlifts before, so he's weighing the 800 pounds. He is fast. And Ricky's just set that marker for him there.
Well, all these men now know it can be done. It's just a matter of how fast.
And it's a matter of who doesn't make a mistake chasing that time from Ricky. He's really set the marker down there. But there's Ben. Look at him go. This is going to be huge.
Just ridiculous speed from Ben Donnan.
That's why he's the current world's strongest man under 80 kilos, Gabe. He's just a phenomenal puller. He's got points to make back from yesterday. He didn't have the greatest day, but you know he's making them back here.
The reigning champ, 710 pounds.
Oh my God! Look at that. His belt even came undone.
I'm speechless.
His belt even came undone.
Do you think that was fast enough to beat Panganaban?
I think it probably was. I think he would have been sub 30. I think they announced Pangambian's time as around 30 seconds, and I think that must have been sub 20.
Dylan Thompson giving his all, but falling a bit short. How much weight do you think Ben Donnan has put back on after making weight at 80 kilos?
So I have got a bit of inside information. I used to be coached by his coach. So he told me he was 92 kilos. So he's put 12 kilos back on. Just for the American guys, that's over 25 pounds that he's added back onto his body weight.
His nuts.
That might be an indication as to why his performance wasn't up to his world's strongest man level yesterday, but today a nice full feeling. He's had 2 days of full eating. He's fully hydrated now. He's ready to go.
To anyone who's trying to picture how much that weighs, that's almost 4 gallons of water worth of weight he's put back on in a day.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Heat number 9, our final heat. Quinn Ramasco of USA in lane 1. Carl Sherry, Australia, lane 2. Lane 3 is Chris Harper of Scotland, and lane 4, Josh Karlewski.
Here we go. Josh obviously taking that leader's shirt from yesterday. All through that. Yeah, all through. Oh, there's a nice fast pulls from Josh and Chris. Both choosing straps here. I think they need it, knowing these two and their max deadlifts. I think they need the straps, but hopefully they both get through. Yep. Oh, there we go. So they're not going to challenge Donin and Pangambian, but I think that was the tactic from these guys. They needed to stay around them.
But even with only 2 men getting that final bar, if they can bide their energy and make it and get it, those are big points regardless of how long it takes.
Absolutely. You're just feeling that though. It's a 300 kilo pull. After pulling all those weights, can Chris lock this out? Let's go, Chris! He's got Terry as a judge. Oh. So close. That's the downside of the hitch, though, right? You lean too far back.
That is. You have to be very well practiced. It's a hard. Yeah. It's not something easy to pull off, and that's one of the critiques I see of people who've never done it before. They like to talk down on it, but it is a very advanced technique. Yeah. If you can make it work, it's great.
It's the sport, A to B, right? Yeah. It's not about who lifts it in the prettiest way. It's about getting that weight up, especially at a world championship where the points are, are crucial.
Dan, what do you think of what we just saw?
Well, Donin and Pangambian was unbelievable. Like the speed that they went through that at sub 30 seconds or around 30 seconds, Ricky was for both of them. No straps for the first 4 bars. Like after doing a max frame into dinghy carry yesterday, that's just wild, like grip strength as well as like posterior chain strength on the deadlift. So it's just unbelievable, really. Especially when you're talking a 322 kilo deadlift to end. That's over 4 times body weight of what these guys weighed in at. So.
It's absolutely nuts.
Of Wales moving down the course. Our first man to have the loaded sled, and Santeri just falling a bit short of making his load right there. I love seeing this. Patrick Harris of Wales in our first heat, the first man to finish. We've talked about it before. It's no longer a question of finishing. From the get-go, it is now a matter of how fast can you go if you want to be a high placer. All right, our second heat of our men's under 80 kilo class. In lane will be Nick Coffin of the USA. In lane number 2, Mads Evan Bjorheim of Norway. In lane number 3, Hans Jorgen Rolfs of Norway. And in lane number 4, Tony McNavish, USA. Now these athletes are all in the early heats, so you can imagine that they need to make up for some lost ground.
And the whistle has been blown. We are off. You see here that first bag looking really easy for all the competitors here. Is it going to be so easy to pick up this tombstone bag? Let's find out.
So far only one man has finished.
Okay, looking good. Nick in lane 1 looks solid on that pickup. Let's make sure that they are on there, putting that too far back. Has that caused him some seconds? Can he pick up that pace? Because he
It's a
was in the lead.
race.
He's picking up the pace. Maybe not enough though to get in front of Mads in lane 2 from Norway, and he takes it in that heat, followed by Nick in lane 1.
Mads Evan Bjorheim.
I go as far to say he is our new event leader. Tony McNavish leaving nothing on the field. He's got plenty of time.
I think Nick a bit disappointed there that he lost a couple of seconds when not putting the bag on properly. A valuable lesson, people watching, the other athletes watching, make sure it is on there so you don't have to reposition it.
Tony McNavish finishes, and look at that. I love how they have that cushion right there to catch
Crash
him.
Mac.
Protect the athlete's hips and pelvis.
Always.
The bag that the athletes are wearing is 71 pounds, 32 kilos. The sphere is 225 pounds, 102 kilos. The tombstone, 275 pounds, 125 kilos, for a combined weight on the sled of 500 pounds, 227 kilograms. We move on to our third heat. In lane 1, Tyson DeLay of Canada. In lane 2, Omar Al-Kuheji of Bahrain. In lane number 3, also Bahrain, Khalid Abdo. And in lane number 4, William Murray of Canada. Fun fact about our two Canadian athletes, Tyson DeLay in lane 1 and William Murray in lane 2, they both struggled to make weight. So as a last-ditch effort to make their weight, they shaved their heads, they trimmed their hair, and I got word this morning from an undisclosed source that they have such an attachment issue to the hair that they have it in their suitcase to take back with them. So I don't know how happy they will be about hearing that, but they did everything that they could to make weight here. And that's our Canadian athletes in lane 1 and 2, and lane 1 and 4.
Shaving the head. How much does hair weigh?
I don't know, but they made weight.
They made weight, so it must have been weighing a lot. Must have been
They didn't make weight with
lovely,
it.
long, thick locks.
Yeah, but Tyson DeLay, he's rocking it. He's got plenty of beard. I'm surprised the beard's still there. So take my head hair, but not the beard.
Oh, we're not losing the beard.
No. That's a mortal sin in Strongman.
Oh, yeah, it sure is. I think we're going to see the standard raised as we go on in this category.
I think so too.
I'm excited.
Wow, Tyson, ferociously fast. I'm looking at how big that bag is compared to his body as he comes towards us. That is massive.
He is doing a great job. He held onto that, made sure he got it there, onto the sled.
Tyson DeLay falling a bit short of becoming the new leader, but a very fast time nonetheless. Definitely helps to not be so weighed down by his hair that he cut. Omar finishing up as well, along with Khalid, who had a fast time. William Murray looking nice and clean cut there on lane 4.
Just missed that crash map.
Just barely. And just same can be said about the finish line, but very close nonetheless. We move on to heat 4. In lane 1, we will see Robert Youngerman of the USA. In lane number 2, we will see Josh Bassisek of Australia. In lane number 3, Sonny Nash of England. And in lane number 4, Bradley James of Wales. And this is our lightest
class competitive in the male divisions. And we are really seeing the athletes maintain an ability to be fast if they're strong, to keep that footwork, good endurance, good work capacity. I'm wondering how it transpires to our heavier male classes, just as we saw in our female classes, that some of these weights just get so absurdly heavy, along with that pack. It does truly become a survival challenge.
It really does, but we've seen in the open category women's that they were super, super fast. So, you know, going by that, you would expect the men to be the same.
You have to have that total symphony of both speed and strength.
We've got Sonny Nash in lane 3.
Robert Youngerman was looking good.
Yeah, but
until
he
dropped
dropped.
it.
Yeah, now Sonny Nash is on the sled. Followed closely by Bradley James, if I see rightly. Yes,
Look at Bradley stepping on the gas.
Sonny wanting this one. He's fighting for it. He's looking over at Bradley. I want this one. Bradley has a little trip, so I think Sonny Nash is going to get it. Sonny Nash from England is taking it in this heat, and he gets it.
Finishes in about a time of 51 seconds. I see Robert Youngerman kind of grabbing his bicep. I don't know if he's going to want it.
Not worth it. Not worth
It's
it
a
if
very
he's feeling
common
it.
injury in strongman, strained biceps. And he's making a smart call.
Yeah.
Everything still looks fairly attached, at least from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, he's moving it well. I think there's maybe just a little slight niggle in there.
Yeah.
Let's hope there is nothing serious and he recovers quickly if there is a niggle in there.
We will move on to heat number 5. Anthony Valencia of USA in lane 1. Alec Patron, USA in lane 2. Joe Kennedy of England in lane 3. And Stephen Coyne, USA, lane number 4.
Heat number 5. We're just setting up lane 4, ready to get going. Heat 5 in the under 80 kilo men's category.
Joe Kennedy of England is off.
Some speed here. Can we keep up that pace with the tombstone bag? And we do. Joe Kennedy in lane 3 is looking solid in this event. Joe looking good. Keep pulling to the end. You're almost there. Looks like he's going to slip. He needs to get back up if he wants to keep this. Stephen coming in hot.
A costly fall by Stephen.
That was close. He almost took over.
Almost being a very important word. And as we watch Anthony really give it his all there, I can't help but think with this 80 kilo class, you know, they're wearing a 32 kilogram bag on their back, getting pretty close to half of their weight in body weight. Every time they bend over, getting ready to pick up the sphere, getting ready to pick up the tombstone, you gotta think, what does that feel like to have half your body weight telling you to go down?
Yep.
When you're asking yourself to go back up with more weight in your hands.
I know.
A very unique challenge that GoRuck has provided for us here at the 2023 SPD official Strongman Games.
Fun. It is fun. It's good to watch. I'm enjoying almost critiquing it.
If
I was to yeah, you are right.
I am too.
It's a coach's thing.
Getting to see so many athletes in both the men and the women's classes against all ages, weights,
we get to pick out all those fine details
Yes.
of what works, what doesn't work, what can be done better. It's cool.
It's very cool because we can use that for, I mean, we're both coaches, we have clients of our own. We can use that if we need to, which is great.
And these first 2 days of qualifying rounds, it's 4 events, but it's not just 4 standard events. Every event has so much flavor and complexity to it. It's not just that simple face value strength effort. There's so many facets to it for the
Oh,
performance.
there is. And this is why I love it. Because it isn't just pick up and go. There's so much technique that goes into this. And little things that people do that make the difference.
In lane 1, Jonas Bertzinger of Switzerland. In lane 2, Anthony Martin of Australia. Jason Teelbaum, USA, lane 3. And Finlay Mercer of Scotland, lane 4.
Finlay Mercer is off. He is very, very fast. I have noticed he's been a much calmer athlete this time around, which has worked in his favour. Speedy from Finlay. Can he keep this up on the way back? Come on, Finlay.
Finlay is making up for a lot of lost ground yesterday.
Oh, Anthony, come on, Finlay. You're going to have to pick up that pace. Don't fall yet. Don't fall yet. And he gets it.
But Anthony really accelerated, and Jonas. Oh, and here comes Jason.
Keep going, keep going, keep going!
Every athlete completed the survival challenge. Do you think Finlay was fast enough to be able to... Oh, that answers it. 37.7 seconds, Finlay Mercer of Scotland, our new event leader. Sub 40. We have it.
I do love Finlay.
What a force on this event.
He's a good guy. He's just a baby. I don't remember how old he is, but I know he's a baby.
Just a wee babe.
Just a wee baby. He's young. He holds a lot of junior titles in Shetland and Scotland, I think. He's just a baby. So very good. Very proud of him doing that.
Very impressive. Heat number 7 in lane 1 will be Joshua Henderson of USA. In lane 2, Ross Menarez, USA. Lane 3, Kyle Scott of Northern Ireland. And lane number 4, Mason Cup, USA.
Here we go. We've got Kyle Scott up there, who I know is very fast on his feet, also very strong. Here we go, and as I said, very fast. Also is Joshua far behind him. Kyle Scott.
Kyle Scott is leading the medley right now. Northern Ireland, but look at Ross Menarez stepping on the gas.
I think Kyle Scott has got it. Yes, in this heat he takes it. That was fast. But this is neck and neck now for lane 1 and lane 2. Ross.
That was
that boom. Ball back.
that
got
was
it.
so, like, we have to see like a slow motion camera. But you're calling it Ross?
It was Ross. I
Okay,
seen.
all right, that is some conviction.
I'm pretty sure. Do you think Kyle Scott beat Finlay's time? He was super fast.
That was very fast, but we're talking about Finlay with a sub 40-second time.
I know.
I was not able to see the stage side timer right there. We got Big Terry Hollins right in front of it. Quite a silhouette to see past.
Big Terry. Look
Big
at him. Phil's
toe.
that you can't even see the chair.
What
He's just
chair?
floating.
He's doing an air squat right there. I don't see a chair. All right, heat number 8 in lane 1 will be Richard Stout of USA. Lane number 2, Carl Sherry of Australia. Lane 3, Dylan Thompson of USA. And lane number 4, Quinn Romasco, USA.
And we have a new leader, Kyle Scott, 34.96 seconds.
Insane. Insane.
I did think he'd maybe just beaten Finlay.
We are not too far out from finishing this category. They're going to really have to bust their behinds to beat that.
They sure are. 34.96 seconds is the time to beat. We'll see.
34.96 seconds of time to beat.
Based on that first bout, they weren't as fast as Kyle, but they still have a long way to go.
Dylan Thompson in excellent pick position on that tombstone.
Perfect. Can he get his pace up on this sled drag now? Oh,
Acceleration from Carl.
he's pulling it as well. Is he going to lose his footing though by doing that? He looks a bit unbalanced, but it's working. Look, is he going to get it? Oh!
Whoa! Dylan Thompson copied the same technique and wound up taking that.
He looked over and was like, yeah, watch this. Boom!
You're like, I saw what you did. Check it out. Beautiful.
Wow.
Quinn
You've
Ramasco.
seen him look over and was like, okay, I'll do that in the last bit.
Yeah, and Quinn still finishing sub 1 minute. That was cool. Dylan Thompson.
That was cool.
Giving him his own medicine right there. Take this, Carl Sherry.
34.96 seconds, still the time to beat.
Are we on our final heat?
We
Am I
are.
right? We are.
Still our time to beat is Kyle Scott, 34.9 seconds.
It's going to be tough to beat, but look at this heat. Look at them. Who's in it?
Benjamin Donnan of France, the defending champion. Pressure is on him. Unfortunately, Richard Panganaban is out. Dean McVie, an absolute powerhouse.
Yes, he is.
I think we see some great things out of him, but Josh Kowalewski and Chris Harper, wow, they are some
And Chris
big
Harper
power
has been
athletes.
very consistent throughout this competition so far. Very consistent. We'll find out. And I've seen Dean train this. I've seen him training this. He is extremely fast. But he is against some amazing athletes. And Kyle Scott's very fast pace. 34.96 seconds. We're going to wait to find out. Let's go. We better get on the edges of our seat because this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Let's get ready.
I'm ready. I'm
We're
ready.
leaning into it. And we're off.
Ben Donnan.
Ben Donnan, Chris Harper.
All of these guys.
Oh, this is going to be so close. I can't even cope with this right now. Oh, Ben Donnan. Different pickup. Chris Harper in at the lead so far. Can he keep that pace up though? We'll find out. Ben
Look at
Donnan,
Donnan,
big
long strides.
But right behind him, Chris Harper. He's leaning into it now, going sideways, working well. And he gets across first,
Ben
and right
Donnan.
behind him, Chris Harper and Dean. Oh, that was close.
Wow. I would expect nothing less from our final heat, but that was just phenomenal.
I'm blown away. Wow. Well done, Ben. That was speed. That was different. We haven't seen that yet. The side pickup we have seen, but then there was the side lean in the sled pull.
That is one of those things where you are really dancing along a fine line at the edge of the rules. He wasn't quite turned. He was still going backwards, but you know, champions are champions for reasons that they think a little bit outside the box.
Yes, they do. Now, do we have a time?
We don't have a time. And here's our men's under 80 kilo class. Chris Harper finishes in the lead over the defending champion Benjamin Donnan. 136 points in first place for Chris. Ben with 132 points in second. Dean McVie and Josh Kowalewski both tied with 130 points for a third place tie. You've got Dylan Thompson in fifth, Carl Sherry in sixth, Kyle Scott in seventh, Mason Cup and Quinn Ramasco tied for eighth place, and Finlay Mercer, the Scotsman, right there wrapping up our men's under 80 finalists.
We've got
Back with our men's 80 kilo class, Mason Cup of the USA in lane number 1, and Finlay Mercer of Scotland in lane number 2.
we see Finlay there. He is ready, taking that deep breaths. He's ready to go. Now he is a sometimes erratic athlete, very excitable, but I can see that he's really trying to keep himself calm and collected throughout these events this weekend. And so far, it's paying off. Oh, no!
Potentially a costly error in time and energy.
Come on, he's just got to stay switched on.
There we see that energy tank dwindling.
You can see the effort putting in here. Every bag counts, so don't give up. Yeah, you can see that energy. But these are heavy bags though, Gabe. They're very heavy bags.
They are heavy. You see the weight in pounds ascending across the floor there. Both athletes stalling out, but Mason Cup edging ahead, getting a go at that second 40-pound bag. So our bags across the field will be 30 pounds, 13.5 kilos on the first one, two 35-pound bags, 16 kilos on the second and third, two 40-pound bags for bags 4 and 5, 18 kilograms, and the final sixth bag is a whopping 45 pounds, 20.5 kilos. And again, these men have weighed in at 80 kilos. So we're talking a quarter of their body weight they are having to send to space.
Send to space, indeed.
Heat number 2, Quinn Romasco of the USA in lane number 1 and Kyle Scott of Northern Ireland in lane number 2.
In lane number 2, representing Northern Ireland, is Kyle Scott.
Wow, good height from both athletes there. And again, onto bag 3. Nice and speedy here. Yes. Little mistake there.
Romasco clears his fourth bag. Romasco onto the last bag. It's going to take all of his effort and precision.
Yes, Kyle Scott onto his fifth bag. Come on, Kyle. Quinn, come on. We're right behind you guys.
Quinn still doesn't have the height. This is just such a heavy bag.
Yes! Yes, and he gets it just in. He's going to go for it. It's got a couple of seconds. Oh! He's smiling. Well
you
done.
like seeing that moment of just anticipation when it's hanging there on
Look
the edge.
at his smile on his face. Still, he's one of the nicest guys I've met in Strongman. He is lovely. Have you spoke to Kyle before?
I haven't had the pleasure yet.
Yeah,
but
you
I
need to.
really want to after watching him perform this weekend.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. Okay, who's next?
We have heat number 3 taking the arena floor. In lane number 1 will be Carl Sherry of Australia, and in lane number 2, Dylan Thompson of the USA.
Heat number 3 on the walk-off. Lane number 1 featured Carl Sherry from Australia. Lane number 2 from the USA, Dylan Thompson.
Do we see that sixth bag go up on this one?
Yes. I'm calling it. Wow. By the looks of this, Dylan is looking really strong, that height of those bags.
Yes, he is clearing with ample distance between his bag and the bar. Now here's the big
Beautiful.
one for Thompson. 45 pounds, 20.5 kilos.
And with ease. With ease.
And that was a sub 30-second finish, around 24, 25 seconds, if that stage side clock is correct.
That was something else.
The American, Dylan Thompson, our new event leader, Carl Sherry, feeling the pressure but succumbing to the weight of those 40-pound bags.
And we've got Dylan here still here cheering on. Less than 10 seconds. Come on. We want to see that bag for you. The energy's just dwindled away there at the end, but well done.
And I don't want to take anything away from the athletes that do their bag toss and walk away and leave the arena floor, but it is very special when they stick around and cheer on their adversary.
I agree.
Adversary is a loose word to use because it implies something negative, but let's use their favorite rival. Let's say that.
I agree, but I think that is just what Strongman is.
24.97 seconds. Our new leader will be Dylan Thompson of the USA. And we have heat number 4, Dean McVie of Scotland, lane 1, and Josh Kowalewski of the USA in lane number 2. And I believe if my eyes serve me right, I see Tommy Lavelle cheering on his fellow competitors, a past champion of former years. He's stage side.
Oh, he is.
Josh dancing on the edge there, but getting them.
Dean McVeigh as well onto his 4th bag. Just missing it there. Oh, come on, Dean. The frustration on that last bag for Josh. So close for both these athletes on these bags.
Josh taking a moment of pause, collecting himself, about to give everything here.
Come on.
Oh, that was a good effort, but I think he just doesn't have the energy left. You know what? I hate to be critical of an athlete, but he's releasing that bag too soon.
Yep, I
These
agree.
shorter athletes, and I just mean in terms of weight category,
Ooh.
need to maximize their body height.
Yep.
He's releasing a bit early from my perspective here, stage side.
You need to be completely open, get that, like you said, get that height, because they are the shorter athletes. We need to use as much advantage as we can.
Physics, people. Long levers, more action potential. That's it.
That is it.
Dylan Thompson remains the leader. We have our 5th and final heat. Benjamin Donnan of France in lane number 1 and Chris Harper of Scotland in lane number 2. Ben Donnan, the reigning champion. I love seeing it. You can probably see through Harper's shoulder on the screen right there. There's Tommy Lavelle in black right there on the stage side rail.
He sure is.
He is someone who has smashed this event in the past, and he's watching these guys, his weight category.
We're off. Good height from both athletes there.
I like
Wow.
Donnan's toss technique more. Chris Harper releasing a bit early, but plenty of power. Oh, Donnan misses a toss.
Oh,
Crucial.
Chris Harper! Oh, just missing that bag. Come on, Chris. Oh. Just need to take a breather here. Don't rush this last bag, Chris. Chris has got the power there to get this over. He just needs to stay calm. He's shaking his head there.
Seeing a significantly less explosive Donnan. He's tired.
Oh.
Both athletes are just gassed. You
Yeah.
see it.
I think I agree that, you can see on this bag that early release just isn't working on that heavier bag for Chris, so he needs to really fully extend here. Yeah, energy is gone.
He knows it.
However, his first 5 bags was super fast. So
Well, the pressure was on after watching our event leader Dylan Thompson
it was.
with a 24-second and change finish. Just fast. Taking the championship back home to Wales.
Congratulations, Rebecca Roberts. Just amazing.
Such a powerful show, and the show will continue to go on. As the celebration continues for Team Roberts there, we will move on to our men's under 80 kilo class. It looks like the Atlas Stones will remain we will get an increase across the board. 225, 102 kilos on the first stone. Second stone, 250 pounds, 113.5 kilos. Third stone, 275. One more cheer for Rebecca Roberts right there. I don't want to interrupt it. A world title has just been claimed, and it is a momentous occasion in history.
For sure.
Our third stone for our under 80 kilo men will be 275 pounds, 125 kilos. 300 pounds, 136 kilos on the fourth stone. 325 pounds, 147.5 kilos on the fifth stone. And 350 pounds, 159 kilos on the final stone for our under 80 kilo men. Mason Cup of the USA will take lane number 1, and Finlay Mercer of Scotland will take lane number 2. Mason Cup going about as raw as you can, no belt, but Finley Mercer, just a belt and nothing else as well. Gonna have some sticky chests by the time we're done here.
There's not gonna be any hair left on these stones.
Don't know if I see any hair as it is.
Nope, not from these guys anyway. Nice load there from both of the athletes.
Doing the Scottish pride, some serious proudness right there. Look at those stones go up.
Beautiful extension there from Finley. If he takes his time here, he's going to get this full series of stones. As long as he doesn't rush it.
£325 with a nice extension for both men.
Come on, Finley.
Mason Cup does not waste any time, and he nails it. Finley taking a bit too long, but look at, he almost curls it up there.
Yes! As he jumps back to make sure that doesn't fall off. I think he did the right thing there by taking a breath, not rushing it, and he just wanted to get that last one. I think that was the right decision.
But Mason Cup seized that moment of opportunity.
He did.
And is so far our new leader.
Next up, I can see one of my favorites here, Kyle Scott, coming on. Looking like he's ready to take on this challenge.
Kyle Scott of Northern Ireland will take lane number 2, and Carl Sherry of Australia in lane number 1. But Mason Cup, our new event leader, starting off strong with some momentum. How do you feel about Olympic weightlifting shoes versus flats on something like this?
I actually wear boots because I'm so short. I didn't like my lifters. So if I had to choose out of them, probably be something more flat. But I do wear a boot to add some height.
I enjoy my barefoot shoes for stones like this, but plenty of athletes will wear those Olympic weightlifters. That raised heel does help them get a little bit of extension, although to each athlete's preference it would be.
Yes, I agree.
All right, Sherry versus Scott.
Easy stone lifts there from both athletes. Still one motion from Kyle Scott. And again. Now I think he needs to be lapping this next one, which he does.
Kyle Scott looking precise and powerful onto the 350.
Come on, Kyle, come on. Come on, yes!
Look at that recovery.
Well
what an
done.
incredible recovery by almost falling a bit short there. Kyle Scott of Northern Ireland. Carl Sherry.
A little bit too soon on that push in.
I believe Kyle Scott will be our new leader. We need an official time there, but he does edge out Mason Cup, if I'm not mistaken. One of your favorites, Kyle Scott right there.
He is. He's such a good guy. I just absolutely love him. So I'm so happy for him, so proud of him. That was amazing.
And there's Nick Best right there on screen, just telling Kyle how impressed he was with him.
There, look. Imagine that. Imagine that feeling after doing that, and then one of the best in the world telling you that was impressive.
And it's got to be powerful, but he earns it. 41.3 seconds, I believe, is his time. And Kyle Scott is our current event leader on the grand finale of the official Strongman Games. Heat number 3 will be Quinn Ramasco of USA in lane 1, looking very calm and collected as usual. Ready to rock and roll. And Ding McVie. Time to unleash the Scottish beast right there in lane number 2.
He's switched on. Look at his face. He's ready.
McVie is amped.
It's like a bull.
This is it. All the chains come off. All the power unleashed. There's the roar.
Woo. Wow. He is ready.
Look at that difference in disposition there.
Oh. Let's go. That's the Scottish fury right there.
I'm not crossing that man.
Here we go. Both athletes onto the second stone. Dean just slightly ahead. Well, actually, so close. Slight ahead.
Synchronized loads from these men. Neck and neck onto the 325.
Come on, guys. Oh, come on.
A good recovery by McVie. Both men advance to the 350. Here's Romosco. A clean run by Romosco.
Wow.
I don't think it's fast enough to edge out Kyle Scott, but big points for Quinn.
Dean taking his time going at this. He's got 15 seconds. He's going to have to go now. Come on, Dean. Get that last stone. Come on.
Look how easy that was.
Oh. Incredible. That's just amazing, isn't it? Just
Scotsman sure loves a good stone load, huh?
we do love a stone load. We do.
Powerful performances. But Quinn, I am consistently impressed by how cool and collected he is taking to that arena floor. And just, it's the title of a smooth operator is what I always like to say.
Yep.
And here we have our reigning champion, Benjamin Donnan of France, in lane number 1. And Dylan Thompson of the USA will take lane number 2. Is Thompson the first shirt that we've seen so far?
I think so.
I think so.
Shirt or no shirt?
I don't like shaving my chest.
Okay.
So whenever I do stone shirtless, I always regret it in the shower immediately after. But I can easily see how it would be just one less membrane between you and the object you're trying to lift, which is why I don't like wearing gloves, for example. So,
Yep.
and you know, I have to say, it does look pretty cool
It
to
does.
do it without a shirt.
Well, for us ladies, we don't have the option to go shirtless, so I can tell you it is very annoying when the shirt gets in the way.
Perhaps the world needs to get a little bit more accepting, but that's a conversation for another time.
That's for another day, I think.
Benjamin Donnan of France right there in lane 1, and Dylan Thompson of the USA in lane 2. Thompson setting the pace.
Dylan ahead here. Still one motioning onto that 4th stone. A little slower there, so he should be looking to lap this one. A little bit slippy.
A slip from Thompson. This is where Donnan can seize the opportunity.
Oh! Both onto that final stone. Who is going to take it?
350. Dylan
Thompson
edges out the champ.
Come on, Ben. Come on. So 10 seconds left. Can he get this final stone? I don't think there's going to be enough time. There's only 5 seconds. Just
incredible
out of
effort.
time.
Dylan Thompson just, wow. And I hate to use the phrase falls from grace, but it evokes a similar type of emotion that we feel when we watch as a reigning champion just falls a bit shy of previous year's performances.
Yeah.
But instead of thinking of it as falling from grace, we can think of it as passing the torch to the next generation of strength, the next generation that will inspire better performances from past champions. Gives me chills.
Sure does. And speaking about chills, this is going to be something else. Our final 2.
Josh Kowalewski of the USA in lane number 1 and Chris Harper of Scotland in lane 2.
You can see Chris's partner to the left of me here looking very stressed. You know, we've got to remember that our partners at home, when they're watching us, it's very stressful for them. They also make sacrifices for us athletes to be able to do what we want to do. So, to all the partners out there.
To all the partners, indeed. And a lot of respect to my wife. I think about that, what you're saying. Every step of my journey, all the pain, the sacrifice that I feel, she feels just as much as I do. So shout out to all the partners. All the layers of support that every athlete has to have behind them for this level of world strength.
I wish these guys both the luck, but obviously Chris Harper coming from Scotland. I really, really want to see him do well here.
It's going to be close. With you going for Chris, I will go for Josh, my countryman right there.
Beautiful. Did you see that fly in there from Chris? Come on. Beautiful.
It goes airborne on every load. Josh is not far behind, but Harper is just blazing through.
Don't. Oh. He's going on to the final stone, Chris.
£350 goes up. Chris Harper. He may very well have won the event. We will see. And Josh gets the full series as well. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Amazing. From both athletes there, that was that word again. America.
Dylan Thompson in fourth place. Or in third place, Dylan Thompson. My apologies there. In second place, Josh Kowalewski of the USA. And world's strongest man under 80 kilograms, taking it back to Scotland, Chris Harper.
Chris Harper from Scotland is your under 80 kilos world's strongest man. Wow. First time here at the official Strongman Games, and he is taking home the title of world's strongest man.
Scotland on top, USA, USA. They're on the podium. Congratulations, gentlemen. World's strongest man, Chris Harper, the new champion.